What is the best scent in the world? It's a good question. To me, it's not exotic perfume, or not even the smell of smoked meats, or it's not even the smell of Pizza Hut, the old-time Pizza Hut where I worked. I remember that smell vividly. Nope, even better than that is the smell of gorgeous sour cherry with a little balsamic on it, some fresh herbs, maybe a touch of earth, a touch of leather. What I am talking about is the smell of Brunello di Montalcino. This is John Alleness, and welcome to my latest edition of Whole Bottle Reviews, where today we are going to review, I'm going to open and drink the Renieri 2015 Brunello di Montalcino Reserva, one of my all-time favorite wines. Now, if you're into California wines or French wines and you haven't explored Italian wines that much, let me tell you, you're missing out. Brunello di Montalcino can be one of the most magical wines in the world. It can live for a long time, and they can go into the thousands of dollars per bottle. So even though I've been drinking wine for a pretty long time now, I love my California Cabs, love my Bordeaux, love my Burgundies, I'd never really had anything from Italy until 3 years ago. And I kind of bumbled into Brunello di Montalcino the old-fashioned way. For Christmas, I believe it was 3 years ago, my mother gave me a bottle, and I said, what is this? It's a bottle of Italian wine from Total Wine. The name is Renieri, and it had something on it that said Brunello di Montalcino. I'd never heard of it. So what did I do? I drank it. And let me tell you what, from the first scent to the last drop, it was absolutely unbelievable. And at the end of the bottle, I was actually a little pissed off. The reason I was a little pissed off was, why the hell hadn't I heard of Brunello di Montalcino before? Because I would have drank a hell of a lot of them, before then. I felt like I was missing out. And the reason I hadn't heard of it was because the wine industry does such a piss-poor job of actually introducing people to different wine styles in different regions, which is why I am here now to help you out with that, to help you find magical bottles. So what is Brunello di Montalcino very quickly, and then we will get to why we are here to open it and to drink it. We will drink it. Brunello di Montalcino, so Brunello means it's a Sangiovese, it's a Sangiovese Grosso clone. Grosso is not a good name for a clone, but Sangiovese Grosso from, it's in Tuscany, and Brunello is a town in Tuscany. So Brunello di Montalcino is simply Brunello wine from Montalcino. And there's a whole lot of different regulations and stuff that have to go in there. The only one you really need to concern yourself with is it's 100% Sangiovese. And the tell for Sangiovese, particularly to Brunello di Montalcino, is just this beautiful sour cherry on the nose. It has other elements, like I mentioned. You get dried herbs in it, you get some balsamic, and they can, when they age, you can get a little bit of leather, you can get a little earth, but I'm not about the leather and earth when it comes to wine. I'm an American, I like fruit in my wine. And the sour cherry is just absolutely fantastic. So looks, I'll show you in the glass, open it quite a bit. It can look a little bit light, not quite like a Pinot, but it's not dark and inky like a Cab or anything, but don't let that fool you. These can be very, very powerful wines. And when you drink it, you just get there's an intensity of flavor. It's intensity, but it's also nuanced, it's also subtle. It just takes hold of your senses. And to me, that sour cherry, I've drank a lot of Brunellos now in the past few years, that sour cherry just swirls and swirls and swirls, and it defines the wine because it's swirling around. You get these other wonderful flavors that come out of it. Goes very well with anything with tomato sauce, not with grilled meat. So you don't want to do it with grilled meats because when you're grilling, there's a little bit of a taste that gets in that does not pair well with Brunello di Montalcino. Roast meats can be fun, but not grilled meats. So without further ado, we're going to open it, and I'm going to take a sip of it. Oh, this is such a beautiful bottle. By the way, they have to age by the regulation of the DOC. They have to be aged for 5 years, so they are released 5 years in January, 5 years after the harvest date. I believe it's for Reserva. It's actually 6 years. They spend 2 years in oak, 2 years in bottle. Oh my God, it just adds a little hint of vanilla, a little bit of roundness to this wonderful Sangiovese wine. So enough talk, let's take some action and let's drink it. See if we can get a nice classy cut here. See if we can get the capsule off good. Look at that, it's trash, so we put it in our pocket. Take our wine key, and let's give this a nice, classy opening because it's a nice, classy bottle of wine. Interestingly, too, this Renieri that I have actually had this before. It was absolutely magical. It probably goes for about $110, $120. And like I said, you can pay a lot for Brunello di Montalcino, but my God, is this a fantastic entry point. Highly recommended. There we go. And we'll just gently take it off so there's no pop. We don't want to pop a cork. We'll wipe it down a bit because we're good sommeliers. And we will use a wide bowled glass. This is a Bordeaux glass. I like drinking Brunello di Montalcino in this glass. So we'll pour us a taste here. And yeah, I can tell this is a little bit of age on it. You can see a little bit of orange around it. It's not like a 30-year-old one, but yeah, you can tell. And the thing about Brunello di Montalcino and Sangiovese, it's a garnet. You get a great garnet in a glass. It's not ugly like Barolo, which, oh, Barolo's amazing, but Barolos look like rust water, I got to tell you. This is, it's got an orange garnet. It's a very enticing look to it. So let's stop looking and let's start nosing. Oh, gosh. Yeah, we got that wonderful sour cherry there. We also got a lot of herbs going on in this. We got some flowers. We got some violets, a little potpourri. Oh yeah, sour cherry and potpourri. And yep, there's a little bit of leather if you want to say in there. Probably a little bit of earth, although I taste it more than I smell it. So let's quit talking and let's quit sniffing and let's start drinking. Oh, there's a lot going on in this wine. This is going to be a meditative wine. I might have a little sausage later on today to go with it, but this is going to be a sit out in the backyard in the evening wine and go through it. Because we do have the sour cherry in there, but this is starting to get a little bit of age on it, even after 10 years. So I'm getting an earthiness that comes in there along with the sour cherry, but it's not a bad earthiness. It's not like a handful of dirt or anything like that, which I have had some Sangioveses that were like a handful of dirt. No, it's like a sour cherry with a light dusting of earth on it, with some leather. Definitely got the dried herbs in there. And definitely got a little bit of tomato and tomato leaf going on in here. But what I like about this wine like this is I go through it, it's going to begin to open up, it's going to begin to evolve, it's going to change. Maybe it takes me someplace, maybe it doesn't, but my God in heaven, what a wonderful expression of Brunello this is. I'm going to have another sip. Okay, so usually I only like to do one sip, but this is why we don't trust taste and spirit reviews. So I took a second sip. It's already starting to change. It's already starting to evolve. It's already starting to take the next step, and that's what I love to look for in a bottle of fine wine. That's why I cannot stand drinking these bottles of low-end wine that wine snots like to drink and crow about. I love fine wine because of the evolution of it, and we're going to get that evolution here. In the second sip, I can already feel it coming, so I am really looking forward to this bottle. So, enough of the talking. I'm going to get to the drinking, and when I have recovered all my senses, I will give you a full bottle review.